Hello and welcome to Untwisted Threads. You're probably thinking, well, it's about time I do another comparison video, and you're exactly right. It's way overdue. One of the things that instantly makes me think of fall, cozy knitwear season is an alpaca yarn. Soft, slightly fuzzy, and just the right amount of warmth without being too heavy, perfect for sweaters and even gift knits. We've reviewed hundreds of yarns on this channel, but today we're looking at a closer look at Drops Nord and Berroco Ultra Alpaca Light. I've recently declared Drops Nord as my favorite yarn that we discovered from last autumn-winter, but Berroco Ultra Alpaca has also been a favorite all the way from the beginning of our channel. We're going to dive into a few key categories including availability, color selection, softness, traction, durability, and cost. We'll break down the strengths of each yarn, see where they shine, determine a winner, and help you figure out which might be the best fit for your next project. Which one do you think will win? These are both my favorites, so I really have no idea which one's gonna win, but I'm excited to see how they compare against one another. Of course, links are down below to each of these yarns' original review videos. So let's start with a quick overview. Drops Nord is a 45% alpaca, 30% polyamide, and 25% wool yarn with 27 colors. We use the 16 Jeans Blue colorway. Each 50 gram skein has 170 meters or 186 yards and works up as a fingering weight yarn. For our swatch, I held it double and used a 4.5mm needle size to see how it behaved in a slightly heavier fabric. Berroco Ultra Alpaca Light is a 50% superfine alpaca, 50% Peruvian Highland wool yarn featuring 36 colors and mostly mid to darker tone shades. We used 4283 Lavender Mix, a beautiful heathered purple. Their 50 gram skeins have 133 meters or 146 yards and worked up as a light DK weight yarn. Already you can see a difference in weight and yardage, which can impact how your final garment drapes. Since Nord is a fingering weight, you pretty much have all the versatility of holding it single, double, or even triple to achieve whatever gauge you wish. Now, starting off with availability, Drops Nord earned a 2.5 out of 5. Being a Norwegian-based brand, it's a bit trickier to source here. You can find it in a few colors on Amazon or order it from the United Kingdom, which I used to recommend because shipping and the price there was cheaper. However, if you are in the US now, I recommend ordering this yarn from a small US-based shop on Etsy. So if accessibility matters to you, that's definitely something to keep in mind. However, Berroco Ultra Alpaca Light is easier to get your hands on here in the US, scoring a 4 out of 5. It's widely available through major retailers like Lovecrafts, who recently changed their fulfillment warehouse from the United Kingdom back to the US to reflect the new tariffs. There's a good chance you may even find it in person at your local yarn shop. Links are down below to shop for both yarns if you are ordering in the US and Europe. But because Berroco Ultra Alpaca in all of the weights are more widely available, overall it scores 1 point for availability. Next is color selection. Drops Nord offers a palette of 27 colors featuring a balanced mix of neutrals, brights, and earthy tones. The neutrals include shades like off-white, pearl gray, and dark gray. For pops of color, there are vibrant options such as goldenrod, red, and jeans blue. Additionally, the color includes earthy hues like forest green and chestnut, as well as some softer tones like powder pink and sweet orchid. Berroco Ultra Alpaca Light provides a diverse range of 36 colors including solid, heathered, and melange shades. This palette includes neutrals like winter white, barley, and orchid. For warmer tones, there are shades like buckwheat, Dijon, and sweet nectar mix. Some cooler hues include denim mix, ocean mix, and turquoise mix. The collection also features vibrant colors like Caribbean mix and blueberry mix, offering a variety of options for different projects. Now, Ultra Alpaca comes in multiple different weights like worsted and bulky. The worsted weight range, for example, has 59 color options, including my favorite Tiger's Eye mix. So depending on what color you're looking for, I would say Berroco has more colors, even though some weights have a little bit of an overlap. If you're looking for more vibrant colors, I think Nord could be the way to go. But with more options and subtle colors, Ultra Alpaca is your best bet. So you decide which yarn takes the win for this one, but in our opinion, Ultra Alpaca gets the point. Next is softness. Softness is always a key factor with any yarn or comparison, and here both yarns shined. For both yarns, we gave them a score of 4.5 out of 5. The alpaca paired with the Peruvian Highland wool is lightweight and airy with a gentle halo that doesn't irritate sensitive skin. It strikes a balance between buttery softness and a slight rustic texture, perfect for sweaters that will keep you cozy without being heavy. For comparison, they are softer than Filcolana Arwetta and not quite as soft as Knit Picks Andean Treasure. I'd say they're pretty comparable to Drop Stacey. Yes, I did in fact compare them to merino yarns because, well, they are just that soft. So scoring wise, since we think they feel pretty comparable, we give them both half a point. Next is traction. Drops Nord earned a 4.5 out of 5. It glides smoothly over metal or nickel-plated needles while still giving just enough grip, making it enjoyable to knit for longer projects. I didn't find the long fibers sticking together or any splitting. Berroco Ultra Alpaca Light scored a 4. It's a bit of a looser spin, which means splitting can occur if you're not careful. However, it was still pleasant to knit and has a soft halo reminiscent of mohair. With a little patience, it works out beautifully. Now, since I have worked with the worsted weight version, I will offer a little insight on that too. I found the spin to be a little bit tighter and I didn't find it splitting at all on my needles unlike the light version. But ultimately, for this comparison, I will give Nord the point. Next is durability. Nord got a 4.5 out of 5. The combination of alpaca, wool, and polyamide ensures that garments maintain shape and resist stretching. During the stress test, only minor pilling appeared, so it's perfect for gift knits or wearable items. Ultra Alpaca Light also scored a 4.5. Alpaca alone can be less strong, but the Peruvian Highland wool adds resilience. Both fibers are less prone to pilling than many other alpaca blends, so with proper care, your project should last a long time. I do want to mention that both yarns are not superwash treated, so you will need to be careful with washing your garments by hand. We decided to give Nord the point on this one due to the polyamide for extra strength. Lastly is cost. Here's where we see a major difference between the two. Nord is very budget friendly at $3.51 per 50 gram skein, or about 2 cents per yard. A medium-sized sweater quantity would cost approximately $50, excellent for knitters who want a luxury feel without breaking the bank. Ultra Alpaca Light is higher priced at $8 per 50 gram skein, about 5 cents per yard, meaning a size medium sweater quantity would cost approximately $70. Still reasonable for a premium blend, but it's something to consider if cost is a concern. Drops Nord takes the point again for this one. Alright, so that brings us to the end. It's time for our final scores. We think both yarns are strong contenders, but they do shine in different categories. Drops Nord wins for affordability, softness, traction, and durability. Berroco Ultra Alpaca Light wins on availability, color selection, and softness. For their final scores, Drops Nord gets a 3.5 and Berroco Ultra Alpaca Light gets a 2.5. Ultimately, I think if you wanted to use the worsted weight version of Ultra Alpaca, these yarns would be pretty identical for traction. That was what put the lighter version more behind. I will still use these two interchangeably, but use Berroco Ultra Alpaca if they have the color I'm looking for, and continue using Drops Nord as my first go-to for an alpaca wool blend, because budget friendly is nice when the quality is pretty identical to a higher priced yarn. Have you tried either of these yarns before? Which one would you choose for your next project? We would love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed today's comparison, please give this video a like, subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you next time.